So tonight the Polar Bears play another Thursday game here at the stadium in Fairmont as Fairmont Senior meets the Preston Knights. And we'll check the starting lineups and more when the pregame show continues on Fun 93.1.
Nah, he's a warrior, man. He's battling. He's banged up. He's taking shots. They're a physical team. You're going to have to gut it out. You guys can see he's free to talk amongst the best players in the state. Big stages, he does it every time. It makes incredible catches. Crow plays, strips a guy on a kickoff. God does it all.
East, west, keep the opposite spot, I'll trust you with them choppers. West side, how we rockin', pull up on you, get the poppin', hey. Them boy don't want no smoke. Them boy don't want no smoke. East, west, keep the opposite spot, I'll trust you with them choppers. West side, how we rockin', pull up on you, get the poppin', hey. Them boy don't want no smoke. Them boy don't want no smoke.
The Fairmont Senior Polar Bears look for their third straight win of the season tonight as Fairmont plays at home against the Preston Knights. The Knights are playing their third straight game away from home, and the Knights have lost their first two. So Preston comes in with a record of no wins and 2 losses, and the Polar Bears come in with a record of 2-0. In the series between these two schools, the Polar Bears have a big advantage. Fairmont Senior has won 22 and lost just 2. In fact, the Polar Bears are looking for their 19th in a row tonight. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups.
Brody Whitehair, number 4, junior. Dylan Hours, number 5, senior.
Damani Johnson, 8, junior.
Chris Wilson, 21, junior.
Max Rosero, number 40, junior.
Kenan Dinger, 10, junior. Jaywan Jones, number 11, junior.
Logan Canfield, number 2, junior.
Gavin Michael, number 14, senior.
Riley Green, number 72, senior.
Joseph Richmond, number 61, senior.
Caleb Arbogast, 50, junior. Trevor Bigelow, number 55, junior.
Reed Lister, number 68, I'm a junior.
Caleb Angelon, number 57, senior.
Lovecool Kalkini, 65, junior.
Luke Abrazino, number 33, senior.
Taryn Boda, number 3, sophomore.
Tavion Thornton, number 81, senior class.
Jordan Wagner, number 1, junior.
With a record of 0-2, they lost their first game to Hampshire 34-33 after giving up a 12-point lead late. And then last week they played on the road at North Marion and were never in that game, losing to the Huskies 41-0. The Knights, to top it all off, have been hit with some injury problems. And to make it even worse, their head coach most likely won't be here tonight because of the death of his father yesterday. So assistant coach Drew Toth, who's the offensive coordinator, is going to lead the way for the Knights tonight. And I had a chance to check in with him before the game, and he says he has seen some good things with this Preston team.
So we've been pleased first of all with the effort. Kids are giving great effort. There's a lot of stuff that we're trying to fix. Over the last, 10, 15 years at Preston, there's some stuff that we're trying to do to fix it to where it becomes more competitive year in and year out. I'm really happy with the way that we are playing in terms of effort and attitude.
Tell me about the offense, because you, as the offensive coordinator, you work with this group. Tell me what the Polar Bear fans will see from your team tonight.
Hopefully we'll play well in terms of the run game. We're going to spread you out a little bit. We're going to throw the ball as much as we can. We're playing with the backup quarterback. Our starter got hurt in the second quarter against Hampshire, so we've been playing with the backup quarterback the last half of that game. Last week against North Marion, the thing with him, he had a broken wrist all of summer and got his cast taken off the Tuesday of the week that we played Hampshire. So he's still getting used to throwing the ball and everything like that. But we want to throw it, we want to run it, we want to spread it out, we want to go as fast as possible.
What are your impressions of this Fairmont team?
It's the same it's been for the last 10 years. They play fast, they're physical. They like to dominate on both sides of football. They have athletes all over the place. Always have a good quarterback, and their line's always, mean and nasty. So nothing's changed in the last 10 years.
That's Preston assistant coach Drew Toth, who's filling in for Mike Deep, the head coach tonight, as the Knights go up against the Polar Bears. And Ray Frazier's here to give me and you his scouting report on the Knights tonight. Ray?
Yeah, Jeff, tonight I think we're going to see some spread offense out of Preston, as Coach said in the pregame, that they're going to be working with a backup quarterback. So I would say probably look for a lot of short, intermediate routes in the passing game. But I think they'll try to get him involved in the run game. Just some design runs and also some zone read, inside zone, outside zone with the backs. So just your typical spread offense that I think we'll see from them. Defensively, we're going to get a 4-3. I look for that to be primarily the front that they run against us. We'll see obviously 2 deep and 3 deep, cover 3, cover 2. But most of their pressure, from what I see, is going to come internally. It's going to come from the linebackers inside. That's where they like to be heavy with their pressure. So I think that's what we're going to get tonight.
Well, now we know exactly what's going to happen. I like that. So for the Polar Bears, battling a couple of different issues tonight. One is illness, as the Polar Bears have some key players who aren't up to par tonight. One starter who will not play is Tucker Hayhurst, and 2 starters who will play, but they're not feeling well at all, and that's quarterback Brody Whitehair and lineman Trevor Bigelow. And they're, of course, 2 essential keys to this Polar Bear team. Both missed practice yesterday in hopes of maybe making themselves feel better today. They're feeling a little better, but they have a ways to go. I did check in with Caleb Arbogast, who's playing center for the Polar Bears, to get an idea of what he thinks of this Polar Bear team this season, and he's got high hopes.
I'm playing left guard because I have to pay attention to all the assignments on the line and make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, and obviously I have to snap the ball.
What about on the other side of the ball? You've been pretty obvious on the defensive side so far this season. You played well. What is the goal for your defensive assignment?
My defensive assignment, I am either defensive tackle, and I just contain, make sure that they don't get outside.
What about this team this season? Off to a good start, a couple of big wins so far. How far do you see this team going?
Well, this year we should do pretty good because I can tell the offense and defense have been working together a lot better than the past few years. So I think we can make it all the way.
That is Polar Bear Junior center and defensive lineman Caleb Arbogast, 5'11", 230-pounder, and Ray, he's done a nice job for the Polar Bears moving into that center spot this season.
Yes, he has, and we watch him. He plays physical. He good footwork. All those things that you like to see, in a center, and so I think he's doing a really good job. And he's emerged as a leader, as one of the leaders up front.
Captain's meeting at the center of the field for the coin toss. Our weather conditions, we were a little bit worried. We had some rumble of thunder an hour and a half ago or so, but nothing really since, and game conditions look pretty good now. Cloudy sky, 72 degrees, a little bit of a breeze blowing here at the stadium here tonight. The officials conducting the coin toss, and it looks as though Preston has won the toss, and the Knights will receive to start this game. So the Polar Bears will kick off from right to left. Preston in its away-from-home uniforms. Those are the black pants, white jerseys, and black helmets. Their primary colors are North Marion colors, black and silver, and the Polar Bears in the all whites, royal pants, jerseys, white numbers, and white helmets. And the Polar Bears make their way onto the field from the locker room area to the left, and they're just about ready to get this game underway. Series between these two teams began in 1995, and Preston was pretty good early on in this series. The Knights won 2 straight against the Polar Bears, starting in 99. In fact, that 2-game win streak, the only 2 wins that Preston has against the Polar Bears. Fairmont has won 19 in a row since then. Biggest lopsided game in the series was 64-0. The Polar Bears won in 2018. The last time Preston beat the Polar Bears was 8-6. It was an afternoon game at the Buckwheat Festival. So the Polar Bears coming on to the field now, and it's going to be Cannon Dinger kicking off for the Polar Bears tonight.
Number 10, Cannon Dinger. Back deep for Preston. Number 8, Dylan Taylor.
So Dinger will be kicking from right to left. Dylan Taylor goes back deep for the Knights. He was their starting quarterback last year when these two teams played. But he is not the quarterback for the Knights this season. Their regular quarterback is Slayton Manco, but he was injured in the opening game. So he's been replaced by Cole Tucker, who was scheduled to be the number 1 running back. So Dinger ready to approach the ball from right to left. This game is underway. End over end kick, and it is going to be taken by Taylor at the 5-yard line. He angles to the near side of the field, and he is hit just as he gets close to the 20-yard line, and he goes down there. Taryn Boda in on the stop for the Polar Bears, along with Tristan Wills. First and 10 Knights at their own 19-yard line.
Yeah, Jeff, I'd say early on they're going to try to probably start with some easy completions for the young quarterback and trying to get him some confidence early on. So that's what I would like to see early on.
They spread out the formation with 2 receivers wide left and 2 to the short side of the field, the right. And the quarterback, Turner, sends Taylor in motion and hands him the ball, sweeping to the left, and he's hit and then breaks free, but now he's hit again back at the 6-yard line, and he's going down. Caleb Arbogast in on the tackle for the Polar Bears, and it's going to be a big loss on the play, back to about the 7-yard line. So a loss from the 19 back to the 7, that's 12 yards.
Yeah, great job by Arbogast getting penetration on that play.
So, second down long, and the Knights go right up the middle to Likens, and Likens carries it over the 10 to about the 11-yard line. Hit and brought down there by Taryn Boda.
Brings up 3rd down.
Ball comes up to the 13, 4-yard gain for Likens, and is going to be 3rd down, and about 16 yards to go for the Knights at their own 13-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun formation, Cole Turner. He's back to pass, looking to the near side, throws it up for grabs, and the pass is deflected and incomplete at about the 21-yard line. There were lots of blue jerseys there. Cannon Dinger and Luke Abrazino in the area, and also Dylan Hours. So it's going to be a 4th down punting situation for the Knights now. And Turner, who's the quarterback, is also the punter. And he's also the kicker for Preston.
Yeah, that's just not the situation you want to be in. 3rd and 22, that is not a good way to start the game with that kind of pressure coming at you.
Standing at his goal line, punts it away. Dylan Hours will come up as it hits near the sidelines, and it rolls towards the 50. Then inside the 50, it's going to roll all the way down to the 44-yard line. And that'll be a 43-yard punt. And that puts the Knights in about the best position they could have been in that circumstance, because the Polar Bears don't have the ball in Preston territory, but they're knocking on the door at their own 44. Offensively, the Polar Bears have checking to see exactly how the Polar Bears are going to go. You see Gavin Michael in the game as a running back, and Whitehair in there at the quarterback spot. In motion comes Cannon Dinger, and here is the end around to Devon Jones. He gets it at the 40, the 45. He's at the 50, the 40, down the sidelines at the 30, the 20, cuts inside at the 10. He's at the 5. He's into the end zone. That's a Polar Bear touchdown. Devon Jones on a 56-yard run, and the Polar Bears score first and lead it 6-0.
Very well blocked play on that one right there. James just turned on the afterburners.
Cam Peschel comes on to attempt the extra point for Fairmont. He's 14 of 14 in extra points this season. Canfield to hold. The kick is up from right to left, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, 10-12 to go, first quarter. Fairmont Senior 7, Preston nothing on 93.1 WFGM.
1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
Devon Jones scores his first Polar Bear touchdown, and Fairmont has a quick lead. It's 7-0. And the Polar Bears are kicking off now from right to left, and Cam Peschel is back into kickoff for the Polar Bears now. Tees the ball up in the center of the field at the 40. And here is his end over end kick, high and taken at the 9-yard line by Taylor. Taylor gets out over the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, and run out of bounds close to the 40-yard line by Taryn Boda.
Return ran out of bounds by number 3, Taryn Boda.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights. They've got the ball all the way out near the 40-yard line now. And the officials will set it down right on the 40. So, Preston, 1st down and 10 at its own 40-yard line. On the near hash marks, moving from left to right. Quarterback in the shotgun, hands it off to Likens. Likens is nailed by Arbogast at about the 41-yard line. He'll get about a yard, maybe 2 on the play. Give him 2, make it 2nd down and 8 yards to go.
Yeah, Arbogast gets penetration again. He's been hard to block so far.
Twin receivers to the left and right. And the quarterback, Turner, back to pass, getting pressure from Abrazino, sending it down the sidelines, and it is intercepted by Dinger at the 31. He gets up to the 40, the 45. He's at the 50, heading to the sidelines, comes back this way. Gets to the 46, and he's brought down there. Cannon Dinger, the Polar Bears' leading pass interceptor, adds another one to his list, and the Polar Bears have the football again at the 9:24 mark of the first quarter and lead it 7-0.
Yeah, great coverage by Dinger on that play. He was right. He was just in really good position that time, and came up with a big interception.
You could see that one coming because Dinger had that good position, and if he gets his hands on it, he catches it. And the Polar Bears have the football now. Their first drive lasted just 1 play. They send 3 receivers to the right side, empty backfield. Canfield, the lone receiver, wide to the left. Now Dylan Hours up along the line of scrimmage to the left side. Whitehair chased out of the pocket. Now looks downfield, off balance, throws it over the middle. It's caught by Canfield at the 30-yard line, and he takes it down inside the 30, and it's a Polar Bear 1st down.
Yeah, they brought the inside pressure with the linebacker. Came a little late, but a great job by Whitehair rolling out and buying a little extra time.
25-yard pass play from Whitehair to Canfield, and the Polar Bears get their 2nd first down of the night. 1st down and 10. From the 29, and the Knights jump off sides.
Offsides, Preston. Paid first down.
First penalty flag of the night goes against Preston, and Riley Green starting along the front line for the Polar Bears in place of Tucker Hayhurst, who was starting in place of the injured Lava Kakini. So 3 deep at left tackle right now for the Polar Bears. First down and 5. Here's Whitehair giving it up the middle to Hours. He's inside the 15, the 10. He's down to the 5. He's still running inside the 5. Takes it towards the goal line, and he's into the end zone. It's a Polar Bear touchdown. A 24-yard run for Dylan Hours, and the Polar Bears score again. Lead it 13-0.
I tell you, Jeff, excellent job by that Fairmont offensive line. They got hat on a hat, and great movement on that play. Nice job. Nice job.
Hours scores the touchdown for the Polar Bears, his 7th of the season. He leads the team in that category, and Peschel will attempt the extra point from right to left. Good snap, ball down, kick up, and kick is good. 8:33 to go in the first quarter from East West Stadium in Fairmont. The Polar Bears have the early lead. It's Fairmont 14, Preston nothing on 93.1 WFGM.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99. Or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Kicking off for Fairmont senior, number 44, Cam Peschel. Back deep for Preston, number 8, Dylan Taylor.
Cam Peschel could be getting a workout tonight. Extra points and kickoffs. He's already kicked off once and kicked 2 extra points. He'll approach the ball from right to left. Taylor back deep, standing at his 5. Peschel's kick is high, end over end, and Taylor runs up and gets it at the 9. He gets out over the 15, up to the 20, the 25, and then hit and driven out of bounds close to the 30-yard line.
Great job by Peschel and angling the kick. You can tell he's trying to get it to land between the hash mark and the sideline. That's exactly what he did right there. Exactly what you want. Nice job.
So the Knights with the ball. Last time they had it, turnover on that pass play down the sidelines. They have it in their own territory at the 30. First down, 10 yards to go. And the quarterback, Turner, on a keeper to the left side. He gets to the 30 and over the 30 to about the 37-yard line. He's wrapped up and brought down there. It was Gavin Michael who made the tackle with help from Canfield. It's a nice gain, though, for the quarterback. He's going to get 8 yards, and it will be 2nd down and 2. And there's the handoff up the middle for Likens, and he has no place to go. He's hit by the middle of the line, and he has no gain at all.
Yeah, that's Arbogast again, and in Coach Bardick's defense, that nose tackle, he plays what's called a two-gap. He plays both A-gaps, and he did a great job doing that right there. Nice job.
So Preston going fast. They come right to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and 2 from the 38-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Quarterback in the shotgun, that's Cole Turner. Turner is a junior, and he has Likens in his backfield. Play clock down to 10. Turner sends receiver in motion from left to right, and he's back to pass. Looks down the middle, and his pass is broken up nicely from behind. Damani Johnson deflected that one. Just a little short pass over the middle, and Johnson batted it down, and it's 4th and 2 for Preston and a punting situation.
Yeah, Jeff, with them playing the backup quarterback, I would look for a lot of short passes so we can play a little tighter coverage, and that's what we're doing right now.
Well, they line up as though they're going for it, but their quarterback is also their punter. So we'll see what they do here. Turner on a keeper off the left side. Turner is hit hard before he gets to the 40, and he'll not have the first down. That was a big hit as Turner appeared to have enough momentum to get him to the 40. but he didn't quite get it because all of a sudden
The 40-yard line.
Gavin Michael came in and drove him backwards, and it is a Polar Bear first down now at the 40-yard line as Fairmont now moves from right to left with 7:07 to go here in the first quarter, and the Polar Bears on top 14-0. So a little surprised that they would go for it there, but Polar Bears have the ball now with an empty backfield. Whitehair completed one pass tonight in one attempt. And here's his second attempt coming up. Wants to throw down the sidelines for Dylan Hours. He's got it! It's a Polar Bear touchdown. A 40-yard TD pass from Whitehair to Hours. And the Polar Bears score again and lead it 20-0.
Yeah, got Hours in a favorable matchup and man coverage down the boundary, and Brody just threw a dime. Nice throw.
That's one of those, you see Hours going down the sidelines, you see Whitehair, and like you said, I mean, it was just right on target. Hours didn't break stride, caught it easily, and took it into the end zone. Peschel to attempt his third extra point. Kick up, and the kick is good. 6:58 to go, first quarter from Fairmont. It's the Polar Bears 21, Preston nothing on 93.1 WFGM.
National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Brody Whitehair, Dylan Hours team up. That's a very familiar combination, and with that touchdown pass, Brody Whitehair has moved into 8th place all-time Polar Bear quarterbacks in touchdown passes thrown. He'll move up that list, that's for sure. Peschel ready to kick off from right to left from the center of the field. Little shorter this time, end over end, and it's going to be taken at the 12-yard line. Out over the 15, up to the 20, and over the 20 to about the 26-yard line, and that'll be it.
14, Cody Smith on the return.
That was Cody Smith returning the kick. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights at their own 26-yard line. 6:50 on the clock. Last week against RCB, with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, it was 28-0, and, well, we're headed in that direction right now.
Yeah, but I like starting fast. That's always a good thing.
3 receivers to the right side this time for Preston. They like to spread out the formation. Turner in the shotgun, Likens to his right, and Turner on a design run. Up the middle, and he's grabbed by Bigelow, and then he's driven to the turf by Gavin Michael. It's one of those where Bigelow and Michael will get assists on that tackle.
Yeah, those guys up front, the 3 down linemen and Coach Bartick's defense, they have to occupy blockers and make it where the linebackers can get there. They're doing their job so far.
2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 28-yard line in Knights territory. Again, spread formation, Turner to pass, down over the middle. It's deflected into the air and incomplete.
Pass intended for number 14, Smith.
That pass was intended for Smith. And the Polar Bears had lots of blue jerseys in the area. Dylan Hours might have gotten his hand on that one.
Yeah, that was set up by Abrazino. He did a really nice job coming off the edge with edge pressure that time and got in the quarterback's face and disrupted the throw.
So again, the Knights bring their 3 receivers to the right side and send one to the Polar Bear sideline up to the left. Cole Turner, 3rd down and 8 from his 28. And he's back to pass. Pass deflected and broken down by Dylan Hours, who was coming in with heavy pressure on the quarterback. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up for Preston.
Yeah, I like how we're being aggressive with pressure. Being a young quarterback, you don't want to let him get in any rhythm, and we're definitely not letting him do that yet.
So Dylan Hours ready to return the punt for Fairmont Senior. Dylan has returned a punt for a touchdown this season. That was last week, 60 yards. High snap, but the punter gets it down, punts it away, flags are down. The punt goes high into the air and hits it midfield, then takes a heavy bounce for Preston, but Ours picks it up at the 42, over the 50, and down into Preston territory at the 44-yard line. Flag thrown, though, back where the ball was punted. And another flag thrown up here at about the 45-yard line. So we could have penalties on both teams. False start is the call against Preston.
Preston holding Fairmont Senior. Offset.
So offsetting penalties, holding against the Polar Bears, and false start against the Knights. So we'll play it again. The officials tonight: Brian Collett is the referee, Smoke Conaway the umpire, Jeffrey Peel line judge, Bill Stiles linesman, Earl Throckmorton is the field judge, and the side judge is Ron Ash. Smoke Conaway at one time was an assistant for Fairmont Senior, at one time was a player for North Marion, and also played for Fairmont State. Punting situation again, the ball back at the 28-yard line, punt is away. This is a beautiful punt by Turner. Fair catch called for, and Ours drops the ball, and the Knights are going to recover. So Preston has the football in Polar Bear territory at the 39-yard line on that muffed punt by Dylan Ours, and the Knights have the ball first down and 10. So that credit the punter, because he put a really nice foot into that ball, and Ours had to go back to try to catch it, couldn't secure it, and Preston has the ball. 5:46 to go. First down 10 for the Knights. It doesn't count as a first down, but it has the same effect. Turner takes the snap, and the Polar Bears might have been offsides. Oh. Well, let me see. A false start called against the Knights. Looked as though Dylan Ours' blitzing was going to be offsides, but apparently his blitzing effort might have caused the lineman to flinch a little.
And that happens. Sometimes linemen, they get a little antsy when they see a linebacker coming up like that.
First down and 15 for Preston now. The ball comes back to the 44-yard line. Turner out of the shotgun, hands it off to Likens. Likens slashes his way back inside the 40 and runs hard down to about the 36-yard line. That was the best running play of the night for Preston. Canfield and Abrazino make the tackle.
Yeah, that's a really well blocked play by Preston. Likens ran the ball hard that time.
So we get about 8 yards on the play, and it's going to be second down and 7. Here is Turner on a keeper off the left side, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage at about the 37-yard line. Caleb Arbogast was the first one to get a hand on him. Gavin Michael came in to help out. It's a 1-yard loss, and a third down and 8 coming up for Preston now. The ball back at the 37. It's in Fairmont territory for the first time tonight, and the Knights have 2 receivers left and right. Third and long. Polar Bears lead 21-0. Turner fakes it to Likens, keeps it off the right side, ducks inside the 35, and then dives down to the 32, and then flags are thrown at the end of the play.
61, Joey Richmond on the tackle.
Penalty appears to be pending against the Polar Bears, maybe face mask. And it is. Face mask against the Polar Bears. Just a 5-yard penalty, looks to be, from the 33
first down, Preston.
Down to the 28 on the penalty. So the Knights get the first down. Polar Bears get the penalty, and it's first and 10 Preston at the Fairmont 28-yard line. And there's the delay handoff to Likens. The ball is loose, but Turner, the quarterback, dives on it at about the 29-yard line, and now a late flag is thrown. 4 of them thrown. And this one might be something coming up against the Polar Bears as I judge the body language on the sidelines. And then I also see with my peripheral vision, Ray nodding his head. Personal foul called against the Polar Bears at the end of the run.
The result of the penalty will be a first down for Preston.
So to take the ball down close to the 14-yard line. First down number 2 for the Knights, but now Preston has it at the Fairmont 15. And the quarterback back to throw. Off its back foot into the end zone, and the pass is thrown incomplete. Not held on to in the end zone by Dylan Taylor. He was defended by the Polar Bears' number 8, Devontae Johnson, but the pass falls incomplete at second down and 10.
Yeah, they had twins to the boundary, ran a switch route, and Johnson did a really nice job of picking up his man.
Those two receivers line up again on the near sidelines, one in front of the other. Second down play, handoff goes to Likens, and Likens is hit by Bigelow, and he'll only get about a yard or two on the play. Put him down at the 14, make it a gain of 1, and now it's going to be third down and 9 for Preston.
His front three are doing a really good job being physical tonight so far.
Third down 9 at the Fairmont 14. Turner looks to the sidelines. He has Likens shift now from his left to his right. Game clock down to 3:28. And Turner is back to pass. Little slant pass thrown before the receiver had turned to the ball, and it falls incomplete. It's 4th and 9.
Yeah, it looked like Lilly, the receiver, was not ready for the ball. I don't think he expected to be getting the ball.
So we'll see what the Knights decide to do now as they bring in different personnel, and they're going to try a field goal with their kicker, Cole Turner. Put the tee down at the 21-yard line, so it will be a 31-yard field goal attempt for Turner. Right down the center of the field, though. He's kicking towards the scoreboard end of the stadium here from left to right. Ball down, the kick is up, and the kick is no good, wide to the left. So the 31-yard field goal fails, and the Polar Bears will take over with 3 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. But that for Preston, Ray, that was a little bit of a spark. They had a little bit of an offense going there.
Yeah, I mean they got a little momentum that time with that drive, and a little something positive, towards the end of this first quarter. But we got to get going again on offense and just keep pushing forward like we've been doing.
Polar Bears have not been in this position so far tonight in their own territory back at the 20. And it'll be 1st and 10 with 3:14 on the clock. Hours lines up behind the quarterback, Whitehair, who's in the pistol. First down and 10, Fairmont Senior. Whitehair gives it to Dillon. Hours off the right side, up to the 25. He's at the 30, slips a tackle there to the 40, the 45, the 50. Hurdles a tackler and then goes out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
I'm having flashbacks of Bryson Gilbert a few years. I probably said that before you were ready to say it, but that's exactly what it reminded me of.
It's a 38-yard run for Dylan Hours. He's only carried the ball twice, and he's rushed for 62 yards. That's Fairmont's 4th first down. It's amazing. You lead 21-0, and you have only 4 first downs. Now 1st and 10 from the Preston 42. Max Bracero in as a blocking back. Navon Jones comes in motion, and there's the touch pass to Jones. Jones tripped up but keeps his footing, gets to the 40, down to the 35, breaks it to the inside at the 30, and then goes down at about the 26-yard line. It'll be a 16-yard pass to Navon Jones.
Yeah, he got a lot of help with Bracero on that play. He did a good job staying with his block and he also gave him second effort.
So it's been a good night for Navon Jones. He scored his first ever touchdown on an end around and now gets a nice first down on a pass play. And the Polar Bears in business at the Preston 26-yard line, leading 21-0. Johnson in the game at running back, gets the handoff. No, there's the keeper by Whitehair. Whitehair takes it down to the 20. He's at the 15, fumbles the football, and the Knights have recovered.
Number 4, Whitehair, the ball carrier.
The Knights will get it at about the 14-yard line on the Whitehair fumble, and the Polar Bears have given it up for the second time tonight.
Preston recovers the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Preston 26. Check that. Preston 16.
So Fairmont Senior is doing something that they haven't done so far this season, and they've turned the ball over now twice. So the Knights with the football. 2:12 to go first quarter, trailing the Polar Bears 21-0. Quarterback Turner hands it off to Likens. No, he keeps it on the near side, and he is going to be hit at the 15-yard line and brought down. No gain on the play.
Brought down by number 2, looking Canfield.
That was Canfield.
Number 8, Damani Johnson.
On the tackle. No gain, and the Polar Bears have a player shaken up or a cramp. That appears to be Luke Abrazino. Trayon White, the trainer, out to take a look at him. And we have a timeout on the field. Injury timeout with 2:02 to go first quarter. The score, the Fairmont Polar Bears 21, the Preston Knights nothing on Fun 93.1 WFGM.
1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
Preston comes to the line of scrimmage now. It's 2nd down and 9. The ball at the 16-yard line, and this time it's handed off to Likens right up the middle, and he'll get back to about the line of scrimmage, and that'll be about it. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 8 yards to go.
Yeah, we're still getting a lot of pressure with our front three, and in this defense, if we get that, we're always going to be in good shape. Those linebackers are going to run free.
That's Angeline, Arbogast, and Bigelow, the Polar Bears front three now. 3rd down, 8 yards to go. The ball comes out to about the 17-yard line. Quarterback Turner has Likens to his right, and he's back to pass. Getting pressure from Boda. Down the field, the pass is caught as an interception. The Polar Bears have it. A diving catch by Cannon Dinger. He's got another one.
To be intercepted by number 10, Cannon Dinger. Fairmont Senior will take over 1st and 10.
So Dinger gets his 2nd interception of the night. Left his feet, diving for the ball, caught it fully extended, and that one was a highlight reel interception.
Yeah, that could be a Sports Center top 10. My vote.
We have seen him play enough now that you know he's going to make those plays, and he routinely makes the spectacular plays. 1:10 to go. The Polar Bears have it at the Preston 28-yard line. It's 1st down and 10. Hours behind the quarterback Whitehair, and Brody back to pass. Has time, sets up, fires it towards the end zone for Dinger. Goes up high, he's got it! It's a Polar Bear touchdown! Cannon Dinger, a 28-yard TD pass from Brody Whitehair, and the Polar Bears score again and lead it 27-0.
Wow, what a catch by Dinger. I mean, just 2 plays in a row. Great job of that offensive line picking up the blitz. All around, good job.
And that was one of those almost like a jump ball, but what you have to remember with Dinger is he's not any bigger than those guys. I mean, he's 5'10", and that might be stretching it. But he came up with a big reception there. Unsportsmanlike conduct is called against Fairmont Senior. And
unsportsmanlike conduct against Fairmont Senior.
The penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct, it appears will be assessed on the kickoff. So Pesha will try the extra point now with 59 seconds to go in the first quarter. Good snap, the ball is down, and Peschel's kick is good again. 59 seconds to go, first quarter from Fairmont. It's the Polar Bears 28, Preston nothing on 93.1 WFGM.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
And in the bottom of the first, Atlanta leads St. Louis 1-0.
Dylan Hours and Cannon Dinger stealing the show in the first quarter for the Polar Bears. Hours with a couple of touchdowns, a 40-yard pass reception, 24-yard run, and then Dinger comes back, gets his second interception, this one a diving one, and then comes back and has to leap high into the end zone to pull down a 28-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, they talk all the time about high pointing the ball, and that's exactly what he did on that play. Like you said, it's not that he's overly tall. Well, what he is, he has a great desire and great timing when the ball's in the air. He thinks it's his, and usually it is.
So the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties are being assessed now. If I read it correctly, there were 3 called against Fairmont Senior. Well, when you're starting at the 40, the first one takes it back to the 25, the second one to the 12, and the third one to the 6. So the net result is the Polar Bears are penalized from the 40 down to the 6-yard line. So that's 35 yards in penalties just about on the touchdown, and that was what happened after the touchdown.
I've seen a lot of football, Jeff, and I've not seen many kicks come from the 5-yard line.
So they're kicking it
or 6
at the 6. This is a nice kick, though, as it's caught at the 36-yard line in Preston territory and brought upfield by Taylor to the sidelines, and he's bumped out of bounds inside the 50 at about the 45-yard line. So it'll be Preston's ball. 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Preston has the ball trailing 28-0, but they have it in Fairmont territory. Sitting here calculating the Polar Bears penalties. You don't usually have to add up 3 on one play. It's first down and 10 from the Fairmont 45. There's a counter play to Likens, and Likens runs over Boda and then takes it down to about the 41-yard line. Nice run by their big running back. That's Ethan Likens. He's 5'11", 203.
Number 8, Johnson.
4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 4, or 2nd and 6. Rather. Ball at the Fairmont 41. Turner has 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and he wants to pass down the sidelines, and the pass is intercepted. Dinger's got his 3rd. at the 18-yard line, and the Polar Bears have the ball again with 15 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably not the wise thing to go at him right now.
I tell you got to give Preston credit because their quarterback, he's not feeling anything, like sometimes you're snake bit. You just think, I don't want to throw it there. He's going back to the same place now twice after being intercepted the first time. And the problem for him is all three of his passes in Dinger's territory have been caught by Dinger. And it's 1st and 10 Fairmont at the 18-yard line with 15 seconds to go in the quarter. And the Polar Bears lead at 28-0. Hours behind Whitehair, who's in the pistol. Dillon gets the handoff, breaks it to the outside. He gets up to the 20, over the 25, and then goes out of bounds close to the 30-yard line, and there's a late tackle beyond the sidelines.
I mentioned in week 1 when we were playing Lewis about leaving double teams too early, and I think tonight I'm noticing we're staying on double teams longer, which is very important. You got to block level 1 before you get to the linebacker level, and we're doing that.
Dylan Hours now 76 yards rushing on 3 carries as we come to the end of the first quarter. We played 1 quarter from East West Stadium in Fairmont. The score, the Polar Bears 28, Preston nothing on Fun 93.1 WFGM.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Nebraska has set the volleyball record for largest attendance. 92,000 fans have checked in.
We start the second quarter with the Polar Bears up by 4 touchdowns, 28-0, and Fairmont in possession of the ball in its own territory at the 32. 2 wideouts to the right side. That's Canfield and Jones. And there is the handoff coming up the middle to Hours, and Hours stretches out over the 35 to the 36-yard line.
5, the ball carrier, brought down.
Stop on the play was made by Preston's Ryder Kilkenny. 5-yard gain for Dylan Hours, who's already up to 81 yards rushing.
Still encouraging, Jeff, to see 5-yard gain there. We had an eight-man box that time, so we were outnumbered, and we still got 5 yards.
Now Fairmont shifts the receivers to the right side, 3 of them. 1 to the left, that's Michael. 2nd down and 5. Whitehair looks to the sidelines to Coach Mark Sampson. And now Brody's back to pass. Looks to the near side. Quick pass comes to Canfield. Catches it at the 38. Gets to the 40. Runs hard and gets the first down up to the 44-yard line. Really nice catch and run by the Polar Bears, Logan Canfield.
Yeah, great route by Canfield. He pressed his defender and then he set down, after getting him backed off a little bit, and then just ran a little hook route.
Brody Whitehair, 5 for 5 passing, 115 yards. And he's thrown 2 touchdowns. At the 44. There's the fake, and Whitehair running to the left side. Brody gets to the 45. He's at the 50, and he'll run out of bounds close to the first down marker on the far side of the field.
Yeah, it's such a nice luxury to have when you have a mobile quarterback. It makes it really nice. It just puts so much pressure on the defense. That's an extra person they always have to account for.
Fairmont has run the ball 7 times tonight, and only 1 time have they been held to single-digit yardage. 24, 38, 14, 12, 10, and 56. And Dylan Hours 5. Here comes Dinger in motion, and here's Whitehair on a fake. Keeps it to the right. Flag is down as he takes it to the 40, heads to the sidelines, to the 35, the 30, and then runs out of bounds, but it won't matter. It's coming back as the referee threw the flag in the Polar Bear backfield.
Yeah, I like to see that Whitehair's making good decisions, though, as far as, when he doesn't need to take an extra hit, he's getting out of bounds. He's way too valuable to this team. He's got, make good decisions, and he's doing that. So it's a long season, so I'm glad to see he's making those decisions.
And the Polar Bears have a kind of important game next week on the
Just
road.
a little bit.
At Bridgeport. 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, so no run on that last carry, but the Polar Bears are hit with their 6th flag. 74 yards in penalties for the Polar Bears tonight. So it'll be first down and 20. The ball comes back to the Fairmont 45, but it's in the center of the field. Receivers left and right, 2 each. Whitehair, first down 20. Dinger goes in motion from right to left. Snap comes back to Brody. He wants to pass. He has time. Right over the middle. Caught by Jones at the 45. Reverses fields. Comes back to the 40, the 35. And he's going to go down at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a 25-yard pass play from Whitehair to Jones.
Yeah, they brought pressure off the edge that time. Great job of the line sliding to the right, pick it up. Bigelow picked up the edge pressure, and nice strike run by Brody. Nice job.
Whitehair now 6 for 6 passing for 140 yards tonight. Fairmont gets its 9th first down. Jones goes in motion from right to left. Handoff goes to Hours, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, heads towards the sidelines and runs out of bounds close to the 25.
Number 5, Hours, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I'd like to see the commitment to the run game. I know they were playing us a pretty heavy box right now. They had 7 that time, which is still a relatively heavy box, but I'm glad to see we're still committed to the run game.
Dylan Hours, 86 rushing yards tonight. 9:38 to go second quarter. Fairmont 28, Preston nothing. Canfield and Dinger are wideouts to the right side. Jones and Michael to the left. The ball at the Preston 25. In motion goes Canfield in front of the quarterback. Back to pass is Whitehair. Lots of time. Now runs towards the sidelines. Tries to set up and sends it into the end zone. To the back of the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Overthrown. Michael was the intended receiver. Gavin tried to go up and catch it, but even if he had come down with it, he was about 3 or 4 yards beyond the end of the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like they're consistently staying in the single safety or 3 deep look, so I look for us to continue trying to get vertical down the field, especially for vertical routes.
That is Brody Whitehair's first incomplete pass tonight, and it's 3rd down and 5 from the Preston 25. Clock stopped at 9:28 to go until halftime. Whitehair gives it to Hours. He runs wide to the left, and he has the first down and more inside the 20, the 15, the 10. He's down to the 5-yard line and brought down at about that spot.
The ball carrier.
Might get called for holding here, yeah.
Another flag, this one back at the 25-yard line. And it is a penalty coming up against the Polar Bears. Holding is the call. It's going to be from the line of scrimmage. So scratch the gain from Dylan's stat book. And it's going to take the football back to about the 35. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 15. Polar Bears are up to 84 penalty yards now. Have the ball at the 35, 3rd and 15. Now the backfield is empty, and the Polar Bears send 3 receivers to the right side, 2 to the left. Tavion Thornton into the game now. He sets up as a receiver to the left side. And Whitehair ready to go from the 35. He's back to throw. Over the middle for Dinger, and he's got it at about the 10-yard line. Cannon Dinger catches it. It's a Polar Bear first down. Mark it at the 12, and it's a Polar Bear first down on a 23-yard pass play.
Yeah, they brought a 5-man pressure that time, Jeff, and try to bring inside pressure with the linebackers, and great job again by that offensive line, giving them time to throw.
10 first downs for the Polar Bears. The ball at the 12-yard line. Fairmont leads 28-0. Clock turning inside 8.5 to go until halftime now. 2 running backs. Sandwich. Brody Whitehair. Chris Wilson has the ball faked to him. Whitehair keeps it, and flags are thrown. False start called against the Polar Bears.
False start, Fairmont senior.
It looked like they got us going upfield, and when we went motion, might have been going upfield a little bit.
First time tonight the Polar Bears have had 2 backs in the backfield, one on either side of Brody Whitehair. So now it's first down and 15 from the 17-yard line. Dinger wide out to the right, along with Jones. Johnson and Michael wide left. Chris Wilson, the running back, behind the quarterback, Whitehair. First down, 15 play. And Brody back to pass. Looks, now fires over the middle, and the pass is caught by Johnson. Catches it at the 5, and he runs it into the end zone. It's a Polar Bear touchdown. A 17-yard TD pass from Whitehair to Damani Johnson. And the Polar Bears score again and lead it 34-0.
Flag after the play.
Flag thrown as the Polar Bears were celebrating in the end zone again. And that's a penalty that will be assessed on the kickoff again. Peschel in to attempt the extra point. Canfield to hold. This is the 5th extra point for Peschel. This one is up, and it is good. 7:50 to go until halftime. The score, Fairmont Senior 35, Preston nothing on Fun 93.1 WFGM.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99. Or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
So if you're looking for negatives for the Polar Bears tonight, there's really only one, and that's what we're seeing right now as another penalty assessed. This time, maybe just one personal foul, and the Polar Bears will kick it from the 25. They had 3 personal foul penalties on the last kickoff for celebrating in the end zone. And Fairmont is now up over 100 yards in penalties tonight, 104. Cannon Dinger is going to kick off for Fairmont. Deep back is Taylor, and it is going to be bouncing at the 44, picked up by Smith, who brings it over the 45 up to about the 48-yard line. Chris Wilson tackles him there. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Knights near midfield.
Yeah, it had some backspin on it. I think that would have held on the green at the Masters.
First and 10 from the 47-yard line for Preston.
So the ball at the 48-yard line in Preston territory. Clock shows 7:48 to go in the second quarter. Preston spreads out the formation. Their quarterback sends Briner in motion, and the handoff goes to Likens, and Likens has a hole to run through this time, and he then eventually runs into traffic over the 50, and he's hit by Gavin Michael, but he'll get a nice gain of about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, that gives them a little manageable situation so they can stay out of the third and longs, but they've got to be careful when they throw the football. Obviously, we know they got to watch out for Dinger.
Deshaun Floyd in the game at the nose position for the Polar Bears now. 2nd down and 6 at the Fairmont 48-yard line. Turner fakes it, and now back to pass. Bigelow pressuring him, and the pass is complete, and then a big hit applied by Cannon Dinger, and now a flag is thrown at about the 48-yard line. I don't know really if there could be a flag on the hit by Dinger.
It looked like, Jeff, it might have been on the quarterback because it looked like Boda came in late. I mean, it was right just as he was throwing it. So.
Oh, on the other end.
On the other end, yeah.
I thought I saw a flag thrown at the end of the play.
Yeah, it looked like I think they threw it just as Boda was getting there. It was kind of like it was real close.
Well, and there is one at the end of the play. I see it now. So we've got 2 flags. One back where the quarterback threw the ball, and the other back where the receiver caught it. He caught it in pressure and then was hit hard from behind by Dinger and went down, and he's being attended to now by the training staff from Preston. So the officials still haven't unraveled everything, but Cannon Dinger comes over and wraps his arms around the player that he hit hard. That was Cody Smith, junior receiver, and he's okay. He's coming to the sidelines. He just took a hard hit. Now we have to unravel the penalties. Roughing the passer, caught against the Polar Bears, declined, hit to the head. And the Polar Bears are going to be hit with a penalty. It's like targeting called against the Polar Bears, and it's going to take the ball down to the 33-yard line. So that's a 15-yard penalty. So the pass went for no yards. That's the first completion. But then the 15-yard penalty gives Preston its 3rd first down at the 33-yard line, and the quarterback on a delayed run up the middle, and he squirms free and takes it inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, it's good tough run by the quarterback. A little zone read that time.
Ball's going to be set down at about the 27-yard line, so that's a 6-yard gain for Turner. He's rushed for 20 yards tonight, and Likens gets the handoff. Going the other way, and he's going to be dropped after maybe a 1-yard gain. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3 yards to go for the Knights.
They try to run the counter gap with the guard and the tackle pulling. We did a good job collapsing down on that front side.
So 3rd down, a long 3 for Preston, the football mark at the 27-yard line. Quarterback on a keeper, and he'll take it down close to the 25, and then Michael stops him and brings him down on the spot, so he'll be stopped short of the first down, and it'll be 4th down and about a yard to go for the first down. Call it 2 as they set the ball down now at the 25, so 4th down, 2 yards to go. Preston trails 35-0, 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Cole Turner with Likens to his right now on a 4th and 2. They need the 23-yard line for a first down. Long count for Turner, and he's looking to pass. Sets up, off balance, sends it downfield, and the pass is incomplete along the goal line. So the Polar Bears will take over on downs. Tavion Thornton defending on the play. The pass was intended for Selden Greaser, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Polar Bears with 5:04 to go.
Yeah, that was textbook coverage by Thornton. Just great position. The receiver had no chance.
1 for 10 passing for Preston tonight, 0 yards. Reed Lister in at the tackle spot for Fairmont on the left side. Riley Green started the game there. First down, Fairmont Senior. 5:04 to go. Handoff goes to Hours. He gets out over the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40. He's at the 50, down to the 45, and tackled at about the 42-yard line. Big run and a Polar Bear first down.
Got tremendous block by Bigelow on that right side. When you run inside zone, there's going to be a man block and two double teams typically, and that man block's very important. That's what we got right there from Bigelow. Nice job.
119 rushing yards for Dylan Hours now. And the Polar Bears go first down and 10 at the Preston 42. The Knights shifting along the line of scrimmage. And Whitehair looks to the sidelines for the play from Mark Sampson. Now the pass to the far side, caught by Canfield at the 43. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30. Down the sidelines at the 25, the 20. And he's going to be run down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, just see the maturity again of Whitehair. Just reading where the pressure's coming from. You want to throw where the pressure's coming from, and that's what he did. He hit the hot route, and that was an excellent job.
Ball's going to be set down at the 3-yard line. First down and goal to go for Fairmont Senior. At the 3-yard line. That was a 39-yard pass play for the Polar Bears. Whitehair, first and goal, back to pass, looks, sends it over the middle, and the pass is incomplete in the end zone, intended for Dinger, and he couldn't hang on to it, and it's second and goal from the 3.
Yeah, it was a really good route by Dinger, just didn't come up with it, but you know, when you're down there at the goal line like this, you have to use every inch you can. He was at the very back of the end zone as far as he could. Thought we had it.
Second down and goal. Fairmont moves from left to right, leads at 35-0. Hours gets the handoff. He's taking it wide to the left, and he'll take it into the end zone. Hits up, Polar Bear touchdown. Dylan Hours, a 3-yard TD run, and there's timeout on the field. 4 minutes and 2 seconds to go, and the Polar Bears are ready to attempt the extra point. Cam Peschel ready to kick as Dylan Hours scores another touchdown, his third of the night. Canfield kicks from left to right. Ball down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:02 to go, second quarter. The Polar Bears 42, Preston nothing on 93.1 WFGM.
National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
It's been a big night for Fairmont Senior, these Thursday night games. Polar Bears have played well. Last Thursday, big win over RCB as Fairmont Senior put a bunch of points on the scoreboard in the first half of that game. And now, tonight, already at 42, and we still have 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Dinger is going to kick off, and the ball is in the center of the field at the 40. Dylan Taylor, the deep returner, and Taylor will come up, and it goes behind him and rolls back inside the 10-yard line. He picks it up at the 5. He's hit, and he's going down at about the 6-yard line.
Taylor on the return, brought down by number 8, Damani Johnson.
Rudy Carrillo in on the tackle for the Polar Bears. And it's going to be first down and 10 for Preston The officials will put the football down at about the 7-yard line. First down, 10 for the Knights, deep in their own territory, trailing the Polar Bears 42-0, and they want to be careful here, obviously. Front line for the Polar Bears now, Max Bracero. Dakota Nisley, outside linebacker on the right side. Gavin Michael and Drew Jackson at linebackers. Handoff up the middle to Likens, and Likens has running room. He takes it out over the 20, the 30, and up to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, watching them on tape prior to this game, it looked like to me their best running play is their inside zone. They ran it pretty well that time.
So that's a 30-yard gain for Likens. That's his best running play of the night. And the Knights have a first down. They're fourth of the night. Handoff again. Goes to Likens, and Likens is smothered at the line of scrimmage this time. Covered up pretty quickly. Gavin Michael in on the tackle for Fairmont. Gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
7, Likens, the ball carrier, brought down by number 24, Drew Jackson.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Bigelow along the front line for the Polar Bears with Bracero and Arbogast. Boda, Nisley, your linebackers, along withOwers and Michael. And here is the quarterback, Turner, and he is hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going down. Max Bracero hit him and brings him down for a loss on the play. Back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Bracero was there, and Arbogast came into the B gap and kind of knifed in there and made a really nice play too.
So 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Ball just over the 35-yard line. And Cole Turner, the quarterback, hands it off to Likens. Likens grabbed from behind, but shakes that tackle, and then DylanOwers picks him up and throws him down. It'll be a gain up to the 40, but it will be 4th down coming up for Preston, and about 6 yards to go. The Knights come to the line of scrimmage, as though they'll go for it. They've done this before in their own territory. 4th down and 7, 1:54 turning clock. 2nd quarter. They need 7. The ball's at the 40-yard line. Long count. They're milking the play clock all the way down. And now timeout is called as the play clock turns down to 0. Timeout Preston, 1:34 to go. 2nd quarter, it's the Polar Bears 42, Preston nothing on Fun 93.1 WFGM.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Since 1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
They called timeout. You wouldn't think if they were going to do that they'd call timeout to punt. So they are lining up now to go for it. 4th down and 6 from their own 40. Wideouts left and right. Turner on a design run off the left side. He takes it up to the 45, and he's going to be stopped a yard short of the first down, and the Polar Bears should be taking over on downs.
He just came a little short, but that's a great effort by the quarterback trying to get that, but he just came a little short that play.
So Fairmont gets the football, 1:26 on the clock. It's stopped at the change of possession, and the Polar Bears have 45 yards to go in 1:26. And their quarterback, Brody Whitehair, has had quite a night. He is 9 for 10 for 219 yards, and he's thrown 3 touchdowns.
And this is good right now because they're going to get a chance to work on their 2-minute, it looks like. Or, well, no, they're not.
Yeah, it looks as though the Polar Bears.
Down it, yeah.
Yeah, they're just going to take a knee back at the 50-yard line.
I agree with that. That's a good call.
With everything that's been going on with some games around the state, with those scores over the 90s down south, there's a lot of attention on that, and Fairmont certainly hasn't even come close to doing that in its first 2 games.
No.
And last week, they played their subs so long they had to bring their starters in at the end after they'd given up 33 points. So Whitehair takes a knee at the 50, and the clock turns down. He'll milk it down as far as he can, and then the Polar Bears will do the same thing. He takes the snap, takes a knee back at the 48-yard line, and that'll be the final play of the first half. So the Polar Bears have an impressive first half here at East West Stadium, and for the second week in a row have a lopsided score at halftime. The score at halftime from East West Stadium in Fairmont: the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears 42 and the Preston Knights nothing. The halftime report coming up next on Fun 93.1 WFGM.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99. Or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Cloudy skies, no rain tonight at East West Stadium. First half in the books, and the Polar Bears with a big lead, 42-0. One of the things, Ray, we've seen tonight from Fairmont is we've had the chance to see a little more offense. I think primarily because the field position hasn't been as good as it was in the game last week. So we've actually seen Fairmont generate some drives as opposed to just one big play and it's it, and then you're kicking off again.
Yeah, and I think that's been a good thing for us because we're going to need to be able to have sustained drives, especially as our competition gets tougher as the season goes on. I'd like to see that we've had some ability to have some really good runs tonight. I think up front we've done a pretty good job protecting and in the run game. I like what we've done so far.
And you take a look at the Polar Bears' big three players tonight. The quarterback, Brody Whitehair, who's just had phenomenal stats, 9 of 10 passing for 219 yards. This is a high school game. And Dylan Hours has run for over 100 yards. And Cannon Dinger has 3 interceptions and a touchdown pass. I mean, those are full game, great games, and we're at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we have to have those 3. I mean, they're going to have to play big roles as we continue down the stretch here. So good to see them this first half really get going and make the big plays like they've been doing.
And one of the things defensively, with a secondary that gets lots of interceptions, I would think that as you're the opposing quarterback and you're thinking about going up against Fairmont, it's got to be in the back of the mind of the quarterback knowing that these guys have picked off a lot of passes already this season.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I know that, the clock's got to be going off in the quarterback's head just from the standpoint of the pressure that's coming in on him from our front 7, but they have to respect our secondary. I mean, we just have really good athletes in the back end, and Dinger's just playing exceptional. I mean, you won't find a better play that he made on that sideline with the interception. I mean, you just won't.
And I mean, he loves that kind of a play. He would rather have a diving catch than one that he could just catch and run with it. He loves those kind of plays, and he's already made 2 interceptions this season where he's been fully extended, diving towards the sidelines. And then he tops it off on the next possession. He scores on a ball he had to fight for, a contested ball in the end zone, and he came down with it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I know a lot of people make a big deal about how tall somebody is or what their vertical is and all that, but I tell you, for me, it's always come down to desire to go get the football, and you really see that in him. When that ball's in the air, he believes it's his, and he's going after it with everything he has.
I remember that was one of the ways that Nick Bardick explained to me about Cannon last year when he came in as a sophomore. Nobody knew much about him because he had just moved in. But he said he was a kid who had a nose for the ball. I mean, the ball seems to find him, and you watch a game and you think, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and you look at him on both sides of the ball. I mean, and I think that's a great characterization. I mean, he's always around the football and defense. And then the other thing that's really impressive to me is really watching him on offense. I mean, I kind of watch his route running. And he has precision when he runs the routes. I mean, he breaks them off sharply. He doesn't round them off. I mean, if he's supposed to be at a certain depth, you can tell that Brody knows that he's going to be where he says he's going to be. And that's huge. That's the trust that Brody has in him as a quarterback.
And you have a game-changing player like Dylan Hours, who has pressure taken off of him because of players like Dinger. And also tonight, Navon Jones had a big play and a big catch. And Gavin Michael has caught some passes as well. So this isn't a team where you think, okay, you got to watch out for that number 5.
Right, and that's going to be huge because as we go down the stretch, we're going to have some teams that are going to try to take away certain players, but the thing about it is that there's going to be other ones that step up, and so if you decide you're going to try to take away a player, then somebody else is going to emerge, and so that's the thing. They just all have to be ready when their number's called.
You talk about down the road, and of course down the road begins for the Polar Bears next week as Fairmont plays at Bridgeport. That's become a classic matchup in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And playing at Bridgeport is a totally different experience than playing Bridgeport at home.
It is, and I think, and you've even, heard some of the coaches, the players, I mean, they really like that environment. It's just it's something about playing down there, and I think that next week will be no different. It'll be a huge atmosphere. I'm already excited about it because I know it's just one of those things. It's just what high school football is all about. We're close in proximity to each other. Obviously two really storied programs, and so it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a really big test for us, but it'll be a big test for them. It's going to be 2 really good football teams.
Bridgeport had a good test last week in a home game against Morgantown. They came close, but the Mohegans held on for a victory in that game. Fairmont hasn't had a game like that. They haven't had a game that's really stressed them into the fourth quarter. Do you think that makes any difference?
I mean, sometimes you would like to be tested before you go into a game like this, but I think the thing is we have veteran leadership. We have people that have been through the battles, and we've had people that have been, in the playoff environment. So I don't think with the way that we've, the games we've played in over the past few years, I don't think it's going to be as big of a deal as we would think it would be. Of course, you'd like to be tested, but I think we'll be just fine. I really do.
I think you're right when you talk about that, because you take a look at some of these key Fairmont players playing Bridgeport at Bridgeport. Well, this is the same team that played in the state playoffs. They've played tough games before. They've played tough games here and on the road. Certainly, some of the games that they have had in the playoffs would be similar. So it's not like these guys are untested football players. They've been tested down through the years. And so for many of them, I think they look forward to a matchup like this.
Without a doubt. I mean, you want to play, any game is going to be important. But when you play in a game like that, I think back a few years ago when we had the classic overtime, when we kind of got started with trying to change the momentum and starting to win those games against Bridgeport. I mean, those are the kind of games you want to play in. I mean, those are special. Those are the ones you always remember.
And, of course, next week the Polar Bears will be playing on Friday night, and that's where we will be the rest of the season until postseason, if Fairmont is involved in postseason play. So this is our last Thursday night game, and the Polar Bears, after tonight, will play on the road at Bridgeport next Friday night, and then following that, it'll be on the road again for the Polar Bears at University, and then that will be the Polar Bears' last trip until perhaps playoff time, because the last game of the season for Fairmont is actually an away game against East Fairmont, but hardly counts when you're playing on your home field in an away game. So Polar Bears have their hands full next week, and it is a 7 o'clock start, so it'll be 6:40 for us airtime next Friday night on the road at Bridgeport. But we're still in the first part of this game. It's halftime now. The Polar Bears have a 42-0 lead over Preston. And when we come back, we'll check in with Ray Frazier, fresh from a Penn State trip. We'll talk with him about the Mountaineers and more as halftime continues. From East West Stadium with the score, the Fairmont Polar Bears 42, the Preston Knights nothing on Fun 93.1.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, this Saturday evening here at East West Stadium, Fairmont Senior High School will be hosting
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmer chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
It's my favorite part of halftime, but it would be even more a favorite had the Mountaineers had a different outcome last Saturday night at Penn State. But Ray Frazier, fresh from Happy Valley, how about that football game? What were your thoughts after the game about how that turned out for the Mountaineers?
Yeah, it's just, tremendous atmosphere. I think probably one of the best, atmospheres that you're probably going to be in. On Saturday night in Happy Valley. I probably LSU's probably about the other one, I would say, but it was just a really neat environment to be in. Obviously, not the outcome we wanted, but a lot of positives to build on.
And one of the positives was the offensive line, and of course Zach is anchoring that offensive line at the center spot. They showed the ability early to run the ball and came up with a couple short yardage plays running up against a pretty highly touted Penn State defense.
Yeah, they're a tremendous front that they had, and they're going to be a handful for the Big Ten schedule they play and all the teams they do play. But I think there were some positives in the run game. We definitely made some positives there. I think we ran the ball at times very well.
And if you were considering everything, you consider the venue, you consider the opponent, the Mountaineers won't be in a tougher environment or a tougher matchup this season, do you think?
No, not without a doubt. There's, I don't see any other environment being like that. 110,000, I think, approximately is what they said was in the stands. So it was a very hostile environment. They were into the game from opening kickoff, actually during warm-ups. So it was a very tough environment to be in. But I think we did a really good job of handling the noise, and I think there's a lot of build on with that.
When you make a trip like that and you've traveled to that game, do you get to see Zach after the game?
Yeah, we do. We did, and my wife and I, and his wife and my son, we got a chance to see him after the game, and so we got to see him, and it's tough, but yeah, we did.
You mentioned and his wife, and it's hard for me to imagine. Okay, Zach is married now.
Yes.
So how is he different as a married man now?
Well, I tell you what, he. As we say, he outkicked his coverage and he married up because, she is just a phenomenal young lady. She's in nursing school doing a great job, and she's just, I think, the world of her. And he would say the same thing. And my wife and I, our family, we love her dearly.
Well, and as an outsider looking in, I will say she did pretty well too.
Well, yeah, but I think he did pretty good, though.
The Mountaineers will be in action on Saturday night against Duquesne, and that game will be at home. What do you look for in that one?
Well, we got to get a win. That's the first and foremost thing. I think hopefully we can start fast, just kind of like these games for the Polar Bears the past 2 weeks. Hopefully it's that kind of start, and we get out and get a lead. And the hope is that a lot of people get an opportunity to get some experience, to see some new people playing, and everybody stays healthy, and that's the first and foremost thing. But and get ready, because there's a team up north next week that's going to be pretty important. So.
Yes, the Mountaineers have this game against Duquesne, and it comes at a good time because the schedule just it doesn't let up.
No.
And of course, you mentioned the game following that is Pitt, but coming to Mountaineer Field will be a little different experience for the Panthers than what they had last year on their home field.
Oh, absolutely. I think a nighttime game, and that's what it's going to be at Mountaineer Field. That's special. That's going to be that's going to be intense. Our fans will be very much into it, and so I hope it's a big home field advantage for us, and I expect it to be.
We're at halftime here at East West Stadium, where the Polar Bears lead the Preston Knights. It's a lopsided game here. The score at the half is Fairmont 42 and Preston nothing. And when we come back, we'll check the first half stats. That's all coming up next as halftime continues on Fun 93.1 WFGM.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Total offense, Fairmont Senior 374, Preston 73. Polar Bears have fumbled twice, lost both of them. Preston hasn't fumbled, but they have 3 turnovers by Cannon-Dinger interceptions. Rushing leader for the Polar Bears is Dylan Hours, 6 carries, 119 yards. Navon Jones, 1 carry for 56. And Brody Whitehair, 2 attempts for 22. On the other side, it's been Ethan Lankins to lead the way for the Knights. He has 63 rushing yards on 12 carries. Quarterback Cole Tucker, 10 carries for 25 yards. Touchdown scorers for the Polar Bears. Navon Jones on an end around, 56 yards out in the first quarter. Just about a minute and a half later, it was Dylan Hours on a 24-yard run. Then a couple of minutes later, Hours caught a 40-yard pass from Whitehair. Then about 5 minutes later, it was Cannon-Dinger catching a 28-yard pass from Whitehair. Then in the second quarter, Damani Johnson scores on a 17-yard touchdown pass. And about 3 minutes later, it's Dylan Hours scoring on a 3-yard run. And after all of those touchdowns, and there were 6 of them, Cam Peschel kicked the extra point good. And that makes Peschel now 20-for-20 in extra points so far this season. And the Polar Bears with a 42-0 lead. Been watching the stats. This is one of the things that I enjoy, especially with the way the Polar Bears have played the last few years, seeing how these players move up the charts on all-time Polar Bear leaders. And it's been fun with the quarterbacks because each one of the Polar Bear quarterbacks in the last 15, 20 years has put himself in a position to be among the top 10 quarterbacks in Polar Bear history. And Brody Whitehair is moving up the list now. Passing yards, he now has 2,861 career passing yards, which moves him into 8th place all time. And he just passed Austin Norman. They had the identical number of passing yards coming into this game. He passed Austin, and next on his list is Kyle Allard, who's 7th on the all-time list. And the interesting thing in my mind is Kyle Allard is the quarterback that got all of this started. He was a Kennedy Award winner for the Polar Bears. He was a running and a throwing quarterback, and that's when Fairmont started to make its run, back when Allard was at quarterback. And also, touchdown passes, Whitehair has now moved ahead of Austin Norman. They were also tied in touchdown passes coming into this game. He's moved into 8th place. A couple of touchdown passes behind Trevor Mountain, if you remember him as a Polar Bear quarterback from 2008 to 2011. Let me just give you some of these names. You'll remember Connor Neal, all-time leading quarterback for the Polar Bears in terms of passing yards, 6,449. How about Logan Moore? He is the all-time leader in completions and attempts. Gage Michael, not far behind. You take a look at Gage's stats, though, and you have to also go over to the rushing side. He is the second all-time leading rusher in Fairmont Senior history.
Wow.
He trails Bryson Gilbert, who had 4,200, and Gage had 37. Now, you might think, well, what about some of the old-timers? Well, they're in the top 5. Mike Joseph, strength conditioner at WVU now. He played for the Polar Bears in the early 90s. He had 2,874 yards. And then there's Dwight White. Dwight was a flashy runner. Joseph wasn't as flashy as he was just powerful, but Dwight was a flashy runner from the mid-90s. He has 2,696 total yards. And here's the name that will surprise you. 5th all-time leading rusher. You would never, ever guess it if I asked you in a trivia question, because it's Noah Harmon.
Yeah.
2,000,
great player.
2,509 yards.
Tough player.
And he played back in the 2011 to 2013 time, but he's been overshadowed by some others, and he was another, not as flashy as a Bryson Gilbert was.
Tough running back.
But he was a powerful runner for the quarterbacks, and he is 5th all-time leading rusher for the Polar Bears. So there we had a chance to go back in time, and this has just been such a stretch for Fairmont Senior. And, you know, people talk about Fairmont Senior football as though it's always been this way. And the Polar Bears, as all teams, except maybe Bridgeport, had some dry years. And I've broadcast those games as well. In the early 2000s, they struggled at times and had some big lopsided games against Morgantown and University, but that was back when they were in the same class as the Polar Bears. So Morgantown University, not just in the same class, but in the same conference. And it was a different time back then. But nowadays, things are much different.
Yeah, definitely. But, you know, to the stretch of quarterback play, I just, you know, we talked about it last week. It's amazing. You know, like you say, you think it's going to run out, and here we go. We have another one that shows up, and I think it's a combination of being the good fortune of having really good talent, great talent, but it's also, I think the coaches have to get some credit too, because they've done a really good job developing these quarterbacks over the years.
I think of Dominic Smith. He was a quarterback that nobody thought was going to be a big-time quarterback.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
Yeah, he's 3rd in Polar Bear history in completions as a quarterback. And he threw 348 completions for Fairmont Senior. And his passing yards, over 5,000 for Dominic Smith. And Dominic played in the 2012 to 2015 time period, but he was a little guy, but he could throw the ball. Okay, we've got a game going on here, and might as well turn our attention back to the field because Preston is going to kick off, and the Polar Bears will return this kick. This will be the first time tonight that Preston has kicked off. Cole Turner, who's their quarterback and their punter and their extra point kicker, is also kicking off. And deep for Fairmont, Dylan Hours and Cannon Dinger. You take your choice, and not either is a good choice if you're Preston. And they kick it towards Hours. He picks it up at the 17. Goes out to the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50. Down the sidelines at the 40. He's at the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. He's into the end zone. It's a Polar Bear touchdown. It's an 83-yard kickoff return for Dylan Hours. And the Polar Bears strike first in the second half and lead it 48-0.
You know, one thing that stands out about Ours is that, you know, sometimes when somebody's a good runner, a good running back, they're not necessarily a great kick returner. And he does both exceptionally well, but on the kick returns, he has great vision. You can just see him set up blocks. You can see how he sees the field, and that's something that really stands out when he's on a special teams return, whether it be punt or kick return. Just phenomenal, nice job, excellent running.
At the half, the coaches agreed to shorten the third and fourth quarters to 10 minutes. So that touchdown comes with 9:44 to go in the third quarter. The extra point attempt by Peschel is good. Timeout on the field, 9:44 to go, third quarter. It's the Polar Bears 49, Preston nothing on 93.1 WFGM.
1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
Kickoff's the name of the game here to start the second half. The Polar Bears took theirs to the end zone, and now Fairmont will kick back to Preston. Dinger will kick off for the Polar Bears. He and Peschel have been the kickoff specialists for the Polar Bears tonight. He tees the ball up in the center of the field. His kicks have been just a little bit shorter. Dylan Taylor is the deep returner. And this one is high, end over end, and taken at the 11-yard line by Dylan Taylor. Taylor runs wide to the right side, grabbed by the jersey, but gets free. Gets to the 25, the 30, and then over the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And that's where Preston will go. First down and 10. Stop on the play for the Polar Bears was made by Jackson Lowther.
And number 32, Jackson Lowther.
First down, 10.
First and 10 from the 33-yard line for Preston.
Preston with the football. Call it the 33 now. And the Knights send their wideouts to the left and to the right, two each way. And the quarterback takes the snap and hands it off to Likens, who's grabbed from behind and takes it back to the line of scrimmage and maybe an extra yard before he's brought down there.
Number 7, the ball carrier.
Stop on the play was made by Dylan Hours.
5, Hours.
It'll be a gain of a yard, second down and 9. Drew Toth is the offensive coordinator at Preston. This is his first year. He spent the last 7 years at Lincoln High School. Turner is back to pass. Looks short. Pass complete at the 28-yard line and taken down to the 40 and over the 40 to about the 43-yard line. It'll be close to a Preston first down.
Yeah, they had a great play call that time. Getting rid of it quick throw.
Number 7, Ethan
Likens caught the pass. That's the first pass completion for positive yards for the Knights tonight. An 11-yard pass play. And Preston gets its 5th first down. The ball comes up to the 45-yard line. Turner sprinting to the near side, fakes the pass. Now he's running with it to the 45 and gets up to about the 48-yard line. Gavin Michael brings him down. It'll be a gain of about 3 yards on the play for the quarterback, Turner.
Yeah, I think that's the thing they need to do this second half is try to roll him out a little bit, try to get him out of the pocket.
They like to play fast. They're right back at the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Turner takes the snap. Sprinting to the right, wants to pass, sends it towards the sidelines, and the pass is broken up and intercepted. It's Damani Johnson who dives and catches the deflected pass at about the 31-yard line, and the Polar Bears have the football with 7:55 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's the tip drill paying dividends. That's something they work on in practice. All teams do, and that was just a phenomenal play by us. This was great.
Second time the Polar Bears have had an interception fully laid out, and that was Damani Johnson who caught that one. and is set down at the 32 in Fairmont territory with 7:55 on the stop clock here in the third quarter. Fairmont 49, Preston nothing. Whitehair in the pistol formation, and he has Johnson behind him. It's first down and 10, and Johnson gets the handoff, and he's dropped at the 31-yard line for a yard loss. Nice defensive play up front for the Knights.
Yeah, that's one of the few negative yardage plays we've had. That's what we need to try to stay out of.
Official timeout.
Checking my stats. Ray, you were right on that one. It is the only negative yard play if you don't count taking a knee, and you don't count that. Player shaken up for Preston. No problems now as the training staff comes to the sidelines and the officials call the teams back to the line of scrimmage. So Fairmont has it second down and 11. Whitehair, if you're wondering about his passing stats tonight, couldn't be much better. 9 for 10 for 219 yards. Thinking going to the air now with a second down and 11. And Brody back to pass. Lost one downfield long for Jones, and it's broken up incomplete at about the 30-yard line, but the pass was thrown on target. It was just broken up and defended pretty well by the Knights.
Yeah, they've continuously tried to bring pressure tonight, and we've picked it up. That's something I really like to see, keeping Brody pretty clean in the pocket.
Remember, Brody is certainly not 100% tonight. He and Trevor Bigelow both playing, but not feeling good at all. That's probably why he threw that one incomplete pass. Third down 11 now for the Polar Bears at their own 31-yard line. Fairmont leads it 49-0. And Whitehair is back to throw. Steps up, fires downfield along the sidelines. Caught by Michael at the 35, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. He's into the end zone. It's a Polar Bear touchdown. Gavin Michael catches a 69-yard touchdown pass from Brody Whitehair, and the Polar Bears score again and lead it 55-0.
And great job all the way around. They brought 6 in pressure, and we pick it up. Excellent, nice job, and he hit him in stride. Hit Michael in stride. Nice pass.
Ready for the extra point now. Gavin Michael had been quiet until that. That's his first catch of the night. Well, he made it count. Extra point coming up for Peschel now from left to right. Good snap. Kick is up. And he's automatic. Timeout on the field. 7:09 to go. Third quarter from East West Stadium. The score, Fairmont Senior 56, Preston nothing on 93.1 WFGM.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
Quick second half for the Polar Bears. 2 touchdowns scored before 3 minutes elapsed from the clock. Of course, the first one was a kickoff return to start the second half. And that 69-yard pass play has taken the clock down to 7:09, and we are playing abbreviated quarters, third and fourth, just 10 minutes. And it'll be a running clock in the fourth quarter as well. Dinger ready to kick off. The ball fell off the tee, so he goes up to adjust it. Cannon only gets about a 5-yard run up to the ball, and he kicks it downfield. End over end, Dylan Taylor catches it at the 11. Gets out to the 15. Comes back the other way, over the 20 to the 25, and then is hit and brought down there. Josiah Jones was in on that tackle for the Polar Bears.
42, Josiah Jones. And number 3.
So the ball is going to be marked down.
1st and 10 from the 26.
Let's see where the official is going to put it. At the 26-yard line. And the Knights will go from there. Tristan Wills is a corner on the near side as the Polar Bears have lots of new players in the game. Jay Papali along the front line, along with Deshaun Floyd. And the handoff goes to Likens, and Papali hits him first, but then he breaks free and gets back to about the 33 or the 28-yard line rather.
Tackle made by number 24, Drew Jackson.
Jackson brings him down. Papali had him first, but couldn't finish the deal. And it'll be a gain of about 3 yards on the play, and it's going to be 2nd down and 7. Here is the sweep to the left by Taylor. Taylor gets it out over the 30 and takes it up to about the 36-yard line. Drew Jackson in on the play for the Polar Bears. Dylan Taylor carries the football and gets it up to the 36-yard line. So it'll be a 7-yard gain.
1st down, Preston.
Turner back to pass, now rolling to the left, fires under pressure downfield. The pass incomplete at about the 44-yard line.
Taylor broken up by number 6, Rooney Carrillo.
Taylor, the intended receiver. Carrillo defending on the play for the Polar Bears. 2nd down and 10 now.
Yeah, I thought Carrillo almost had an interception there.
Well, Fairmont already has 4 pass interceptions tonight. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Knights. Clock stopped with 6:11 to go in the 3rd quarter. Fairmont 56, Preston nothing. Brody Briner in the slot to the left. He's a freshman, and he looks like a freshman from up here. And the quarterback back to throw. Near side pass incomplete. It was intended for Selden Greaser. Quick pass, and it falls incomplete, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down play.
Coverage by number 15, Tristan Wills.
Turner's stats tonight, he's completed 2 of 14 passes for 11 yards, 4 interceptions. 3rd down 10 from the Knights' 36-yard line. Likens is the running back behind the quarterback Turner. The Knights never run into play clock issues, but they're now inside 8 as they run this play, 3rd and 10 from their own 36-yard line. And Turner back to pass, swings it over to Likens, who catches it at the 33, and then he's hit and brought down as he takes it over the 35-yard line. Colin Walker with a nice tackle for the Polar Bears, 6'1", 200-pound junior.
Yeah, these young guys that are getting in the game now and playing, I mean, these first 3 weeks, they've really gotten some pretty quality reps against, the varsity competition. I think that's going to pay off as we go through this season, because we've got to have depth as we go through, the stretch run of our season.
Preston lining up to punt. They have not done, you're down 56-0. You think, my goodness, they punted all night. But they've gone for 4th down several times tonight. High snap, but the punter Turner gets it away. Nice punt, and it is caught at the 33-yard line, and with it is Carrillo. He gets loose, gets over the 35 to the 36. He got loose just momentarily, and then he was quickly brought down by the Knights' Braden Miller.
54, Braden Miller.
Preston has 20 freshmen on its team, 5 seniors. So this is a team that's going to be together for a few years. And I don't know if you heard Nick Bardick on the coaches show on Tuesday, but he talked about Preston. They won the middle school championship, and they were playing against teams like Morgantown University, those kinds of schools, with some of these guys. So they're hopeful that they can turn that into turning their program around.
Yeah, they just got to keep these guys together, but good things will happen if they keep this whole group together.
So the Polar Bears now have a new quarterback in the game, and that's Tanner Woodman. First down and 10, high snap, brings it down, and now there's the handoff deep, and a loss on the play back to the 31-yard line. Another bad snap for the Polar Bears. That was Damani Johnson, who will lose 3 yards on the play.
Damani Johnson, the ball carrier.
This was one of the problems last week against RCB when the reserves came in. They couldn't get the snap to the quarterback in the shotgun. It kept going over his head and created issues, and Polar Bears gave up 33 points. Chris Wilson running back behind Woodman now on a 2nd and 13, and Wilson gets the handoff, and he gets through the line, almost back to the original line of scrimmage at the 35-yard line. Hit and brought down there. Tackle on the play was made by Landon Goodwin.
Third down for Fairmont Senior.
Third down, about 10 yards to go. Wilson's first carry of the night. Polar Bears led 28-0 at the end of the first quarter, 42-0 at halftime. Touchdown scorers. Well, Dylan Hours has 4 touchdowns. Game clock down to 3:50. Polar Bears are milking the clock now, looking at a 3rd down and 10. Handoff goes to Taryn Boda, wide to the left side. Boda gets up to the 40 and close to the first down marker on the far side of the field. He's got the Polar Bear first down. Boda impressed us last week with his running, and he, on his first carry, gets a Polar Bear first down with 12 yards.
Yeah, if I had to describe Boda, I would just say simply football player. I just think he is a football player. He loves the game. You can tell he just plays the game the way it's supposed to be played, no matter what side of the ball he's on.
5'8", 168-pound sophomore. He'll get bigger. He's a solid player right now. First down 10 for the Polar Bears at their own 48-yard line. Woodman in the pistol formation. In motion comes Thornton, and there's a mix-up. Some moved, some didn't, and the ball was snapped, and we have a penalty flag against the Polar Bears.
Yeah, that happens a lot of times when you bring younger players into the game, so hopefully they can get that straightened out.
That's the first penalty of the second half, but get this, that's 109 yards in penalties against the Polar Bears.
Yeah, that's something I know keep Coach Bark up at night. I know that's something he wants to get, we want to get corrected in a hurry going into next week.
First and 15. The ball comes back to the 42. The Polar Bears are on the far hash marks, closer to their own bench as they move from left to right. On a first down and long play. Thornton comes in motion, and the handoff, hit in the backfield. Boda is hit by Likens. That was a high snap, but not over his head, but it forced the quarterback to stretch up to get it, and it just messed up the timing of the play, and it surely didn't hurt Likens as he came in and made that stop immediately for a loss of a couple of yards.
Yeah, credit him on that play. He timed that out really nice.
It's actually a 4-yard loss for Boda on that carry, so it's now going to be second down for the Polar Bears and 19 yards to go. Ball back at the 38-yard line in Fairmont territory. Handoff comes to Boda, trying to get the corner turned on the right. He's hit at the 40, and he goes down at about the 42-yard line. The guy who hit him a little slow in getting up, and that's Smith. He's been down another time tonight. Cody Smith, a 5'9" junior. He secured the tackle, but he's injured on the play. And we have a timeout on the field with 1:37 to go in the third quarter. It's Fairmont Senior 56, Preston nothing on Fun 93.1 WFGM. All right.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Since 1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the opportunity to design build your next project. City Construction Company, West Virginia proud since 1965.
Come back after this one. Cody Smith, the injured player, comes off the sidelines, hopping on one foot, but he comes to the sidelines. Dylan Opanowitz at center for the Polar Bears. It's third down and 15 from the 42-yard line, and Preston has jumped off sides.
Offsides, Preston.
The Knights have beaten the Polar Bears in the penalty stat tonight. That's a stat. The lower is better. Preston has 15. The Polar Bears have 109. So it's third down and 10 for Fairmont Senior at its own 47-yard line now. Clock down to 1:13 to go, and Woodman back to pass, sets up, fires downfield, and the pass is in and out of the hands of Tavion Thornton at the 45-yard line, incomplete, and it brings up a 4th and 10.
Yeah, overall pretty well executed play. We just didn't come up with the pass, but it was encouraging to see that young offensive line pick up the pressure and give Woodman time to throw.
As a passer this season, Tanner Woodman now 2 of 4. And the Polar Bears on 4th and 10 at the 47 will go for it. 2 wideouts to the left and 2 to the right. And now Woodman's going to just punt it away. And that's a good job because the ball's going to hit at the 25, but takes a neutral bounce, and it'll bounce out towards about the 27-yard line, and that's where Preston will go, first down and 10. So it turns out to be about a 26-yard punt. Looked as though it was going to take a bounce and then roll, but it took a bounce and went sideways.
Yeah, it was a nice punt.
Accomplished what the Polar Bears wanted to do, and it puts Preston back in not ideal field position now with 53 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the Polar Bears leading 56-0. Most points scored in this series, 64. That was in 2018. Polar Bears had a very lopsided win, 64-0 that year. Turner at quarterback. Hands it off to Likens, and Likens up the middle, takes it out over the 30, the 35, and close to the 40-yard line. He'll have a Preston first down as he gets about 13 yards on the play.
Yeah, they just go with that inside zone play again, and that's been their best play.
80 rushing yards for Ethan Likens tonight. Preston gets first down number 6. And the Knights now have the ball at the 40. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Turner gives it to Likens again. This time he gets a little more resistance at the point of attack, and he'll get about 5 yards. At about the 45 is where he's finally brought down. It'll be a pickup of 5, 2nd and 5, and that'll probably be the last play of the third quarter. Game clock running out, and we've played 3 quarters from East West Stadium in Fairmont. It's the Fairmont Polar Bears 56, the Preston Knights nothing on 93.1 WFGM.
Preston Knights 0, Fairmont Senior Polar Bears.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Ten minutes to go in this shortened game, and the running clock will begin as the Polar Bears will be on defense now. Preston has it at its own 45-yard line. And it's going to be second down and 5 yards to go. Lycan's a late entrant into the lineup, and he's pretty important as he is the running back who's been gaining the yards here in the second half. The official tells the clock operator to start the clock, but he's not paying attention. And there's a bad snap, and the quarterback has to go back and fall on it back inside the 40-yard line. See if they're going to mark it at about the 37. So that'll be a bad snap of 8 yards. So third down and about 12 yards to go now. Preston needs to get the ball to midfield. And they're on their own 37-yard line. Quarterback Turner sends Briner in motion, and he hands him the ball. The little guy running wide to the left side, and oh my, he's hit along the sidelines, and he goes down for a loss on the play.
Number 3, Brody Briner, the ball carrier for Preston.
Nice defensive play for the Polar Bears.
Brought down by
made by Justice Smith. He's a 5'6", 150-pound sophomore. Tackle for loss. They all like those. And it'll be a loss of 3 yards on the play, fourth down and long, and a punting situation. You would think a punting situation. But the quarterback lining up as though he's going for it. They've got to get it to the 50, so it's fourth and about 17 to go. And he's back to pass, swings it over to Likens, who catches it at the 30-yard line. He's hit there, and he's brought down at the 35. That's another nice play by the Polar Bears, Colin Walker.
Number 42.
And it'll be a gain of 2 yards on the play, and the Polar Bears take over on downs. Preston has 19 passing yards tonight. 4 of 16 throwing. Clock running inside 8 minutes to go. 10-minute fourth quarter with a running clock. Front line for the Polar Bears. See Riley Green there. Also Levi McDougall. And now a timeout's going to be called. Personnel timeout for the Polar Bears. Timeout Fairmont Senior, 7:39 to go, fourth quarter. It's the Polar Bears 56, Preston nothing on 93.1 WFGM.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Since 1965, the team at City Construction has been an industry leader in all facets of construction, shaping the West Virginia landscape with some of the most recognizable commercial projects throughout the state. As one of the largest general contractors in north central West Virginia, our outstanding record of quality workmanship and personal service is here for your next project. Call our team of experts today.
Give us the
Quarterback is Tanner Woodman. And now Justice Smith lines up as a running back behind him. It's first down and 10 from the Preston 35. And there's the handoff to Smith, who breaks one tackle, but he's still brought down for a loss of about a yard on the play.
35, Smith, the ball carrier. Brought down by number 16, Selden Greaser.
They'll put the ball back at the line of scrimmage. They'll make it second down and 10. Tristan Wills goes wide to the near side. David Watson wide to the right. Gabe Muller in the slot to the right. Second down and 10 from the Preston 35. Handoff goes to Carrillo, wide to the right side. He's at the 35, absorbs a hit there, and runs down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Number 6, Rudy Carrillo.
Flag on the play at the end of the play.
Well, I hope this stays, because I think they did a pretty good job on that play as far as their footwork on that stretch play, the outside zone play. Let's see what the flag is.
Flag on the play.
Block in the back against Fairmont. Looks like it's going to be assessed at the end of the run, so it'll be a gain of 4 yards on the play, and then the penalty assessed from there.
Fans are asked to please put their trash in the containers on their way out this evening.
So the ball comes back to the 41-yard line.
Appreciated by the Parable to Better family.
Fairmont Senior up to 119 penalty yards tonight. 6:13 turning clock. Fourth quarter. Polar Bears 56, Preston nothing. Woodman at quarterback. Fakes it and keeps it off the right side. He's at the 40, the 35, and then bumped out of bounds on the far side of the field by Preston's Colin Lyons.
Yeah, well blocked play. Good job by Woodman going down the sideline. Nice positive play.
Remember, the sidelines plays don't stop the clock now. And he is very close to a first down. He's going to be just a couple of yards short as they set the football down at the 27-yard line. So third down and 2. And Woodman gives it off to Carrillo, wide to the left side. He's at the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. He's down to the 5, and he dangles into the end zone. It's a Polar Bear touchdown. First ever touchdown for Rudy Carrillo, a 5'7" freshman. And the Polar Bears score and lead it 62-0. Oh my. But there's a penalty flag on the play. I didn't even see that. But it must have been behind the play. So that will take the touchdown out of Carrillo's scrapbook. But he'll still get a gain down to the 12. So it's going to be a 15-yard run for Carrillo. And the Polar Bears hit with a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, for the record, Jeff, if you ask any offensive lineman, they never hold. It's just they're misunderstood.
Yes. From the 22, it's first down Polar Bears, and there's Carrillo off the right side, and he is hit, fumbles the football, picks it up, he's running again. Takes it down the 25, the 20, he's down to the 15, inside the 15, the 10, the 5, and down to the goal line. And he is going to be stopped short, and there's another flag down at the 22. And another major penalty against Polar Bears block in the back. I don't think you have to worry about the Polar Bears tacking on a touchdown here. So that's going to bring this one back. That one was interesting because he actually fumbled the ball picked it up, and then just like it had never happened, just started running again. This will be a 10-yard penalty against the Polar Bears. We're up to 129 penalty yards. Clock turning down to 3:50. Fairmont 56, Preston nothing. And of course, these are all kids who don't play very much in the game now. Woodman takes the high snap. Actually, it's picked up by Justice Smith, who runs wide to the left side. He takes it down to the 30, cuts inside at the 25, and is run out of bounds close to the 20-yard line.
I'll tell you, that was impressive by Smith.
Yeah.
Enough of that. That was.
It was a high snap, and Smith just ended up taking it. It's a 12-yard gain. And it's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Polar Bears. Clock turns down to 3:08. Next week, Fairmont's on the road at Bridgeport. 7 o'clock game. Prior to that, Coaches Show, Tuesday night. The Parmar Coaches Show from the Mason Jar. Come on out, be a part of it. 6 o'clock on Tuesday night. 2nd down play, 8 yards to go. Woodman takes the snap, fakes it, and keeps it. Running wide to the right side. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. Then gets trapped, gets trouble, gets inside the 10, and down out of bounds, close to the goal line.
27, Woodman, the ball carrier.
So he's going to get down to about the 2-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal from there with 2:25 to go. Fairmont leading 56-0. I don't think there's anybody in this stadium who could read this stat card. And I might not even be able to either. 1st down goal to go for the Polar Bears now. And Woodman is going to take a knee at the 5-yard line, and there are flags on the play. False start called against the Polar Bears. You don't see that happen very often when you're just taking a knee, but Fairmont has figured out a way to get a penalty on just about everything tonight. That is the 13th flag for 134 yards. Fairmont has more penalties than Preston has offense. 1:10 to go. It'll be 1st down. Goal to go. Ball comes back out now to the 6-yard line. And the Polar Bears will just take another knee. And that's what Woodman does, back at the 11-yard line. No way was Nick Bardick going to have the Polar Bears run that one in from the 1-yard line.
Nah.
Not with the score 56-0. Although they did score, well, they scored one touchdown that was called back and almost scored another one that was called back. But that was a little different. Those were actual plays from about 20 yards away.
Coach Bardick has always had a lot of class, and he will always have class. So that's something that, we're always proud of, and, that's the right thing to do.
Woodman has now taken his 3rd knee, and that's all that it will take because the time will run out on the Preston Knights here at East West Stadium in Fairmont. And the Polar Bears have set the stage for next week as Fairmont has won its 3rd straight game. An easy win tonight over Preston. The final score, Fairmont Senior 56, Preston nothing. Wrap-up show coming up next on Fun 93.1 WFGM.
We will be back in 3 weeks when Fairmont Senior will take on county rival North Marion.
141, 144.
Fans are again encouraged to please put
152,
your trash in the containers on your way out.
208,
and thank you.
201. 197.
And I can already tell like she's
191.
So like I'm like, this is a good thing. And it's all
213.
Yeah, it's all
232.
29.
32. 261.
All right, we're still praying for him. Yeah, we're still praying for him. I gotta get, I have a text for Molly.
$35 and $85. Hey, what's next? Is a player of the game next? Is that Elevate next? And then, okay, got it. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. Okay. Okay. It was kind of the game you were hoping for tonight for Fairmont Senior, with illness affecting some players and at least one starter not even here. But the Polar Bears come up with a pretty easy win and seemed to be a clean game, and didn't seem to be any injuries as far as Fairmont is concerned.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, getting out of here healthy and going into next week. And obviously they're going to have a good week of practice next week, but that's definitely what they wanted to get out of here tonight with.